Good morning, all. Well, the sun is gone. I just looked at the window and it's pissing down and cloudy. So, am I going to go anywhere today? I don't know. But let's have a look at this week's picture then and work out the average of what you guys have submitted. So, we had 12 crosses submitted this week, including mine. So, nice one, guys. Thank you for that. Um, no, mine's the top one there, the one I put in on Tuesday. And I thought was way, way too high after I did it. I even put that in the comments. I think I'm way too high and I'll have to reconsider throughout the week. But I haven't looked at it really throughout the week. But I'm not, well, going by our cluster there, I'm not particularly that high. I'm still the highest, but I'm not particularly that high. But having reconsidered it and looking at the comments and checking out the last of the comments this morning, where many of you have said that, or it might have been just one, I might have made up the many of you bit, where this fella on the left here in the white at the back, he's very much looking sort of straight up above him. And I think now the cluster makes sense, because if I was to draw some lines up here, let's go for white, it'll stand out better. And I draw some lines up there sort of as though he's looking straight up. Now, my thing with this is, it's unlikely, the judges are unlikely to go any further left than that left-hand line. This is just my opinion, which is worth nothing, but this is just how I'm going to play it. So, if I can't see the judges going any further left than that left line, but I think quite a few of them will go further over to the right, like you guys have done. So now it makes sense, but it depends, of course, on the height of being judged by this fella on the right-hand side here. So, I mean, again, if we're going up sort of in that direction and try and stay in line with his face, because I'm trying to look at his eyes, and he's looking more or less, he's turned his head, but he's looking more or less, in line with his face. So now that still brings me where this cluster here is. So to me now, I haven't looked at the average yet, but the cluster looks now spot on to me, because I was going to move mine drastically, but I think I'm going to have to bring mine down a bit. I had to adjust the height depending on where I thought this guy was looking. But if I do take it as the judges are going to think, well, he's looking somewhere between those two lines there, I'm going to have to go halfway between the two. So if I make my first one flash. So the vertical, for me, is okay there, but I think I'm going to have to probably drop it down slightly. So if I take them out for a second, and then have a look at the average, which, as we know now, sort of works. Calculate average, which is 1829966. Just write that down so I can refer back to it. So now that average sort of fits in very much where I sort of want to go, but I think I'm going to move mine from up there. I am going to come down a bit further into this cluster, and I think the majority of judges are likely to go further to the right. So I think I'm going to be still above the average to fit in with the angle of this guy, and to the right. So I'm going to be above and right of the average, where a couple of you have already gone. I don't know who, because I'd have to match it up with the comments, but so that's where I'm going to end up, is above and to the right of the average. Let me get the, because I think the ball works now as well, doesn't it? The draggable target, there we are. So about there, that'll do. So yeah, that's where our average is there, and I think I'm going to go just slightly above and slightly to the right of that average, because I think this guy on the right hand side is looking quite steep. I think he's looking steeper than where the average is. So that's why I'm going to come down a bit, because I don't think, as I'm the only one that high, I'm not convinced that's correct. So that might bite me in the arse when it comes back and the winning cross is exactly where I was. But there we are. We've got to make a judgment call, haven't we? If I was going to spend a lot of money, I could go in all the places, but no. So that's what I'm going to do with mine, and bringing it down and to the right of the, somewhere to the right of the average, but only just to the right. Even though I think it should be further left, I think some of the judges go. Well, I've said that already. I do have a question, which you guys might be able to help with. I haven't contacted BOTB yet because I only realised this morning. I don't know how much I've spent in the last month, and now it's disappeared from the thing and I can't find it. Let me just skip to it a second and I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, so this bit under the perks for playing, it usually says, like spend $9.99 over 4 weeks, and it shows how much you spent over the last 4 weeks. So you know how much you need to spend to stay in that tier or go up to the next tier or everything. But this morning I've looked, because I know I need to spend a couple of quid to get into the bronze tier, but it's not, the calculation isn't there. It's not showing me. Even if I scroll down a bit, it's just the questions and things. So I don't know if it's been moved somewhere else, and you guys know where it is, but I may have to contact them or something, because I'm sure over the last month, cash-wise, I've probably only spent about 7 quid. So I might need to spend £3 odd today just to get back into the bronze tier to get a credit, a free ticket for next week. But it's gone from there, and I don't know how much I'm meant to spend. I have had a look on some of the other tabs, but I can't seem to find it. It may just be me, which is why I'm asking you guys if you've got any idea if they've moved it or something. Anyway, enough of that. Let's move on and see what else I'm playing this week. Got nothing on Monday's draw on Revcomps. I toyed with the idea of these two Porsches. I'd like to have kept the Macan, actually, and had the cash for the thing. I don't know yet. I might play it, I might not play it. I don't know. I haven't decided. Not much else there appealed to me. And then they added some more then for next Thursday. I haven't played anything on here either. I do like that Jimny. I've always liked the Jimnys. I would imagine they're awful to drive because they're so sort of dated and out of date and all old technology and stuff, but they do look a bit of fun. But the auto draws, they're the ones that get me, and because they're always cheap. I was on the Mini yesterday and I didn't win the Dacia. Not playing for this, although it's 25k cash. I'll probably end up doing a last minute one at about 9:30 tonight. This one here, this Polo, I do like this Polo. I just think it looks a really nice car. It's cheap tickets, and I think I bought about 5 on that. That's for tomorrow. I haven't bothered with the Abarth. Got one on this Nissan Cash Cow. This one, I don't know if you've been following it closely, this BMW M2. They put this up last minute, this very car, last minute, and it sold 59,999 tickets in 24 hours. But there was a £30,000 cash alternative, and it even finished before the 10 o'clock deadline last night. It sold out so fast that, but the girl that won it decided to take the £30,000 cash. So within about half an hour, they put it straight back up. Look, they've called it round 2. It says in the description, they put it straight back up with 15,000 less tickets because now the cars cost them less. But no cash alternative, so it's just the car now. You take the car, no cash alternative, and still £1 a ticket, and 20% sold already. Well, that ends on Tuesday. I haven't played for it this time because I was after the cash alternative. I wasn't going to keep this. As much as it's a lovely looking car, it's 3-litre petrol, gas guzzler, and anyway, that's the story with that one. What else have I played for this week? Hunter on the giveaway, guys. That's that one I showed you last week. Look, it's got a little pipe on the top because it's got a wood burning stove inside to keep you lovely and toasty. That's getting drawn on Tuesday, is it? I think. Or was it Sunday? No, Sunday's tomorrow. Yeah, it's getting drawn tomorrow, I think. Can I see when it's being drawn? Yeah, draw tomorrow. Nice big letters there saying draw tomorrow. Yeah, so that's the one. It was Look at that. Look at that lovely inside, isn't it? It's like a proper home from home inside. Don't know if I'd ever use this wood burning stove, mind. Coughing and spluttering and a caravan full of smoke and soot. I'd rather just put the heating on. But yeah, I bought tickets for this when it was $2.95 a ticket when it first went on the site. But that one's tomorrow, so I'll be holding out for because that comes with £5 grand. And I think the only other one I got going besides the lottery is on Aspire competitions. The only one I've got of theirs is, and they've changed their draw date now back to Monday night. They switched to a Wednesday a long time ago at 7:30. Now I think it's back to about 9 o'clock. Is it? I might not be right there, but I think it's back to 9 o'clock on a Monday night. But I've only got tickets on this one. It's a campervan and a BMW plus £10,000, or you can split it. So you can go for the BMW on 50 grand, or both plus 10 grand, or you can take all cash if you want to, or you can have the campervan and 50 grand, which I think will appeal to a lot of you. So you can take one or the other plus 50 grand, or take them both and have 10 grand cash as well, or take the whole lot as cash and have 100 grand. So there we are. We live in hope for all these lovely, lovely prizes. That's it for me. That's all the lovely things that I'm going for this week. Don't know what I'm doing with this weekend in the rain. But enjoy the rest of your wet weekend, guys. And good luck for Tuesday.